Hey everybody, I wanted to do a video on how to navigate through Microsoft Teams, what cool features there are, and just a little bit of information on everything. So I want to start out with this bar over here. This is where all of your information is going to be. So if you click the activities, this is going to be like your notification tab. So over here, it has all notifications that I received from today. If you go to chat, these are chats that you can have. So this button up here where it says like it's a piece of paper and a pen on it, you can open a new chat. Down here, you can type a message. You could have it as an urgent message. You can add a picture to it. You can add a sticker, some GIFs, and all that kind of stuff. Over here also, so say if you want to have a private message with Miss Bowman or I, you can click the video call, the audio call, or the share your screen. So say if you're having some questions on Microsoft Teams, you could chat me, say, hey, Miss Gola, are you available? You can video chat and then we can share our screen. So I'm going to show you that feature too later. If you go down to Teams, Teams is going to be your dashboard. So if you look here, I have all three of these teams here. Assignments, we will be using assignments. Yours is going to look completely different than mine because I have to click by my classes. I'm sure you have to do that too, but once I go into, say, geometry, it's going to say that I have nothing to grade. However, yours might be this is due and all these other timelines. So I'm unsure of how yours is going to look. Your calendar is where you can find all of some helpful information. So for example, for next week, you could see all of your meetings that you have. So for me, you should have block 2 meetings at 10 a.m. That's our daily check-in, and consumer our check-in is at 9, and I have to just fix block 4, but we will be meeting every week, every day of the week next week as well. Our call feature, you can only call people that have a Milton SD email or that are in our organization. You can add them to here and you can make a call. So just like in those messages that Miss Bowman I showed you, you could make a call up here. It's just a different tab for it. Files, this is going to be all recent files that you have encountered. So like even if I open this, my Unit 3 PowerPoint outside of Teams, but it still came up. Other apps that are on here we won't really use a lot, but you have your class notebook, you have OneNote, a planner, and all this other stuff, but we won't have to worry about that. So let's go into Teams. I'm going to click on geometry because I want to show you what it is all of. So when you click on your team, you're going to have, at least for geometry, you're going to have channels here. So these are called channels. So everybody's going to have the general channel. Everyone's going to be able to access block 2 channel and block 4 channel. What I'm going to ask is if you're in block 2, keep all your conversations here. And if you're in block 4, keep all your questions and conversations here. So as you can see, you could start a conversation down here. I want to talk about the difference between starting a new post and replying. So when you start a new post, you're going to start a new conversation down here. And if you press the at button, you could tag somebody in it. So whenever you're referencing like me or Miss Bowman, or you're replying to somebody, please make sure you put their name because then that gives that person an alert. So if you just say, hey, Miss Gola, without tagging me, I'm going to have to go back and read through all of those things. But if you tag me in it, I'll get a notification that I can easily go back and see what you were talking about. So let's go back to here. So I don't think I have any other conversations that are going on right now. I don't, but so if I start a new conversation here, and I don't want to start it because there's so many people that are in here already. I already got a couple notifications saying like, hey, I got this like message, like what's going on. So this is kind of like before everything is up. But let me go to my test. Okay. So I'm going to start a new conversation. Hey, how are we all doing? So if I start this conversation, you're going to hit reply. So if you're replying, you can say, I'm doing, I'm having a conversation with myself, I'm doing great. So that puts it underneath. So say if you want to make somebody have a, like tag somebody, you're going to put at, and then I want to talk to Miss Bowman. This is just a test text. So say if you didn't have a spelling error, if you go back, you can edit. So if you press edit, you can press edit and you would fix it to test. While we're here, we can also save a message. So say if you think it's super important, you can delete it. You can only delete your own stuff. You can mark it as on read. Once you scroll through things, it'll automatically see that it was on read. And if you can see here too, you could like, heart, laugh. This is surprise, this is sad, and the angry face. So you could react to people's comments. Just like in chats, you could format, you can attach. There's emojis, GIFs, stickers. Meet Now, this feature will only be used by me and Miss Bowman. There's a stream, I'm not sure what that does, or there's a praise button. I don't know what that does. But I might only have it that I'm able to praise people. But I'm going to go talk about the Meet Now feature. So I'm going to do a test run, and I'm going to Meet Now. When you do this, it's going to come up to a screen. So as you can see, I'm working from home. So you can turn your camera on and off. So you can turn your camera off. You can turn your audio on and off. So this is how you turn it on and off. So you just click it, and then you can share your screen. So you will have to ask for this feature to be able to share your screen. There's more actions here. They'll just say that, like, show your device settings. So say if you're having a difficulty with your headphones, you can go here. But you can also show a conversation. So everything that was on that original page, you could go back and you could see what everybody's talking about. And then you can also see who is in the chat as well. So right now, currently in the meeting, I'm the only one here, but Miss Bowman is in this test group. So this was also somebody that could be in this test group. When you're in here, you could also go out and you could do other things. So if you see here, I turn my camera back on. It should, yep. So if I, so there's Darla. And if you go back to your teams, you can go back to the whole page, and while we're talking about things, you could go ahead and observe that stuff. If you want to go back to a different class, it'll always keep your screen somewhere, and you can move it by just seeing that it brings up those crossbars. You can just carry it all over the place, okay? So say I am having a video, right? So we're in this video, and I want you to talk about your class notebook. So up here, there are different tabs, but I actually want to go to geometry because I have stuff in there. So say that this is actually our geometry class, and these are all the posts. Every class will have this same thing, but if you click over here, this is a files. These are things that I have added that are important to you. So I added the class notebook. In consumer, you'll have the same thing. In class notebook, this is, I copied over everything. However, it does not sync. So if I add something into this video, into class notebook today, under our units, it will not sync with our online notebook. So I'm going to try my best to keep everything uniform, but I am going to be posting daily things. So you'll see that coming up soon. So these are our class expectations. I probably have read through this with you, but this will it'll come up every time that you open up your class notebook. So if you press that arrow there, it'll bring up everything that you have. Our content library is still there. So if you drop down our content library, it has all of our units that are organized. However, I'm going to post our daily assignments under each day. So here is the daily assignment for today. Your job is to, just waiting for it to go back. Still loading, so just give it a second. Okay, so here it is. So you can bring it over and then it has the whole screen for you. So it's a lot nicer than the other OneNote that you always have those categories over on the side. But welcome to day 1 of digital learning. We probably have already done this. You are watching this video currently, so after this video is done, you're going to press this exit ticket. It'll take you to your link, and then you'll answer the questions just like we've been doing in class. So I am going to try to put a little meme every day, and everybody loves Baby Yoda right now, so we're going to keep going with that. So up here on the top 2, you have assignments. So it'll probably say that I have nothing to be graded, which is good, but you'll have an assignment there that'll say, make sure all of your exit tickets and quizzes are done by Sunday at 12 p.m. We have grades. We won't be using this feature, but I'm just telling you that it is there. So say we are done with our morning meeting and we want to come back and you want to leave the group. So when you leave the group, you're going to press this red button. It's going to hang up. And that it is done. I did not show the feature on how to get into those meetings, but you'll just see like meeting happening now and join now. You'll just have to press that tab up there. So I think that is everything. Let's though talk about something. So if you come down here, this is your tab. If you right click your tab, it'll go to settings, and it will take you to your general settings. So you can make your screen dark, you can do high contrast, and you can do a list. So I'm going to stick mine with list because I had this originally before I did the video, and it's just a lot nicer because as a teacher, I can access all of my teams that are over here on the side, and it drops down. So if I want to go to geometry, I need to go to drop down. I need to go to general, and it brings me to my general page for geometry. If I want to go to consumer, it brings me automatically to my consumer page, and then back to my test. The thing that I'm going to ask too is we will be recording all of our morning meetings. So at 10 a.m. for block 2, we will have our daily check-in. All of those will be recorded. For you to not have your face recorded, you just have to make sure that your camera is turned off. But your audio is always going to be recording. So if you ask a question, it'll be on there. But it's just for students that say they didn't come to that morning meeting. They were marked absent, but they still need to do the required material, so they can go back to it. It's only for 1 week, so don't think that I'm going to keep these and save your audio and everything. They will be deleted. So I think that is everything. I hope this gives you a good site on Microsoft Teams. If you have any other questions, you can ask questions in the exit form, the exit ticket, and I can answer those tomorrow. So I hope this helped, and I'll see you later.